Alright guys, Tom here and welcome to a new video. There's 4 things I want you to do before we get into this Royal Rumble 2015 pay-per-view review. The first thing is to like the video. It's so bloody easy. That little thumbs up button just below this video, click it. It's so bloody easy. Just do it right now. It helps my video so much. It helps my channel grow. The other thing that helps my channel grow is subscribing. So the second thing I want you to do is subscribe to my channel. It's so easy as well. There's a button, guess what? Below the video. It's red. You can clearly see it. Click it, because every time there's a pay-per-view, I review it straight after the show. So if you're into pay-per-views, if you're into reviews of pay-per-views, you're definitely in the right place, because I review every pay-per-view. I've been doing it for 2 years now, so you're in the right place. The next thing I want you to do is comment what you thought of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. I always get you guys involved, what you guys thought. I mean, this is my video, I say what I thought, but I want to know what you guys thought. I'll also reply to your comments, and we'll have a little bit of banter, a conversation about the pay-per-view. What did you guys think about Roman Reigns winning the match? Oh my god, I'm gonna get into that because I'm fucking pissed. But the fourth thing I want you to do, the last thing, is follow me on Twitter. There's a link in the description. Follow me on Twitter because I was live tweeting through the pay-per-view. You guys can get involved with that for the next pay-per-view next month as well. You can even follow me on Facebook as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. But Twitter is the main place to go. Anyway, let's kick off. Philadelphia was the home of the Royal Rumble 2015. The city of brotherly love tonight was the home of the Royal Rumble. Ugh. What do I think of this pay-per-view? Oh my god, I cannot believe the WWE has gone with Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble. Do they ever learn? Does Vince ever learn from his mistakes? Evidently not. This is absolutely tragic. Oh my god, as soon as Roman Reigns came out, the Philly crowd absolutely booed the hell out of him. You knew from then on, surely he can't win. Surely they're not going to make Reigns win with this sort of reaction. And they did. I mean, absolutely. I don't understand that logic. I do not understand that logic. Wrestling's about the fan, the fan interaction, the audience participation. And we're supposed to get into this WrestleMania 31 main event with a guy that we don't like, we can't connect with. We don't want him to be the top guy or the next John Cena. And now he's main eventing our WrestleMania. I'm nearly out of breath because I absolutely hate that. But what we normally do is get on to the main event later on in this pay-per-view review. We start from the start, we end at the end, we start with the first match and end with the main event at the end of the review. So if you want to skip to the main event and what I thought of the main event, you can go along and skip to the end of the video, but I'm going to start off with the start of the show and work my way through. I hope you guys are with me from the start till the end, but if you don't mind, you can do that, but you can just skip to the end and watch my thoughts on the main event if you really want to. But honestly, you can tell from my tone of voice, I do not agree with Roman Reigns winning at all. Do they listen to what happened last year? Do they ever listen? Do they learn from their mistakes? Is this like Batista 2.0? I mean, it's exactly what happened last year, isn't it? Have they not learned from what happened 1 year ago? I mean, that ended so badly that he had to turn heel. And Batista's not even here anymore because his return ended so badly. I mean, this Roman Reigns' career has just started and they've already fucked it up. I mean, the Royal Rumble is so predictable now. We knew Reigns was winning, we knew Batista was winning, we knew Cena was winning the year before. 3 years in a row, we've had a predictable winner, and 3 years in a row, we've had the winner we didn't want to win. I mean, what is going on now? What is the Royal Rumble nowadays? It is absolutely embarrassing. Okay, I think I've sort of got that pipe bomb done now. We're going to start with the kickoff show, which was one of the best matches of the night. This was the second best match of the night, in my opinion. Easily. This was easily the second best match of the night. It was Cesaro and Tyson Kidd defeating Kofi Kingston and Big E, the 2 members of the New Day. Yes, this was an absolutely fantastic match. Now, I said in my predictions video that this was the Who the Fuck Cares match, but honestly, I fucking cared about this match after it because I want to go back and rewatch this. This match was so good. This match was so... Oh my god, this match was so good. Usually I don't spend time reviewing a kickoff show match because I sort of feel like it's a bit pointless reviewing a match which wasn't technically on the pay-per-view. But this match was so good. There were so many near falls. The crowd was absolutely into it. Sadly, the crowd, the Philly crowd, home of the original ECW, always cheer the heels. That's just the kind of crowd they are. You get that when you go into Canada, when you're in Chicago, when you're in the UK. The proper wrestling crowds always cheer the heels. And that was just amazing to see. They were cheering the people that I love. Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. They're an absolutely fantastic tag team. I think this was sort of like a... When they first did Cesaro and Tyson Kidd as a tag team, maybe it was just like a one-off thing. But it's a fucking thing. It's awesome. It's a really good tag team. It's so good. And they just proved it with a win tonight. I mean, that was a fucking awesome match. And I don't understand why this was on the kickoff show and the Ascension against the New Age Outlaws was on the pay-per-view. Because that sucked. This was awesome. This was easily the second best pay-per-view match of the night. It was so good. Oh my god. So many near falls. Amazing spots. So many finishers. The crowd was absolutely into it. The New Day are really good workers in the ring. I've said it in the past. I've done a video why I think the New Day will never get over. But you can't take it away from them. Their in-ring talent is absolutely amazing. And two of the people that have a better in-ring talent are Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. So you've got four guys who are amazing in the ring, going at it. Oh my god, it was so good. Now, yes, the Ascension, sorry, not the Ascension. Cesaro, Kofi Kingston and Big E, the New Day, they're not over. They're never going to get over. The gimmick is retarded, but they put on an amazing match here. So if they can put on an amazing match, they're not doing too bad for themselves. The gimmick's never going to get over, but it was a one hell of a match. We're going to go out on this and say a big thumbs up for this. I absolutely loved it. I thought they were going to go with the predictable route of the New Day winning, because obviously the New Day, they're a fresh, hungry new tag team, and obviously the WWE are trying to push this big babyface team, so I predicted the New Day will win. But Cesaro and Tyson Kidd won. Cesaro finally got a big win. Tyson Kidd finally isn't jobbing. He got a win as well. They had a great showing and they won the match. This tag team can go far. You can see how much potential Tyson Kidd and Cesaro have. They're obviously putting some wins behind them because they gave them a big pay-per-view win against the New Day, who I thought were obviously winning this match. But if Cesaro and Tyson Kidd can beat them, it shows that WWE really has some good ideas behind Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. I'm really happy Tyson Kidd's doing well now and they finally found a good role for him on the roster, and Cesaro got a pay-per-view win. This is absolutely awesome. Amazing match. Their finisher is so cool as well with the swing and the drop kick. Oh my god, these guys are going far. Wow. Awesome. Huge fucking thumbs up. One thing I didn't like, two things I didn't like. Why was Adam Rose out there? He added absolutely nothing to the match. He made no sense being here. Secondly, why was Natalya out there? I know that she is the husband of Tyson Kidd, but Tyson Kidd's a heel, Natalya's a face, and they were trying to get Natalya over as a face on the actual pay-per-view against the Bella Twins, so that doesn't help her, and she didn't add anything to the match either. I think they should keep Natalya and Tyson Kidd away, especially when one's a heel and one's a face. It doesn't work, and she doesn't even add anything to the gimmick either. So, apart from them two things, this was the second best match on the show. We're moving on with a big thumbs up. The worst match on the show was the Ascension against the New Age Outlaws. Okay, so you're going to bring the Ascension, you're going to bring the New Age Outlaws back. At least have them have a good match. They returned them for a 5-minute squash match. And that's not even the worst thing. This match was so dull. Okay, it was a squash match. They were putting over the Ascension, but their return match was probably one of the worst matches they've ever had in their career. It was so bad. It was awful. The Ascension controlled 90% of the match with rest holds. And apart from the cool ending with the Ascension's finisher, that's all you got. It was extremely weak. It was a very, very weak match. I mean, 90% of the match was rest holds. 30 seconds was kind of a little bit of the New Age Outlaws doing their vintage stuff. Literally 30 seconds. After that, the Ascension hit their finisher and bang, it's gone. It was an absolutely weak match. Now, I know the idea of the match and why they brought the New Age Outlaws back was to put the Ascension over. They're a new tag team. They're fresh. They've only just come in from NXT, so obviously they want to put a lot of wins behind them. obviously give their first pay-per-view win to the Ascension. So yes, booking-wise, it was a good idea. So they're going to get a thumbs up from that. But it's the New Age Outlaws return match. This is probably their last match. It was probably a one-off deal. We don't know that, but it usually is. So at least have them have a good match. But it wasn't booked to be a good match. Now, you can't say, oh, it was just accidentally a bad match. It was just one of those things. It wasn't an entertaining match. No, they booked it so that the Ascension just controlled 90% of the match with fucking rest holds. I mean, if you want to make a tag team look impressive, now, they put them over, but I'm sick of them doing this, where they put over somebody, but it's not an impressive match. Now, they're doing it with Rusev all the time. I mean, you can put somebody over so many times, but if it's not impressive, you don't remember it, and it doesn't do anything. Yes, they're giving the Ascension the win, but the match was fucking awful. You wouldn't even see a match like this on WWE Superstars, and I don't even know if they do Superstars anymore. I mean, it was that bad. It was awful. Now, yes, they put over the Ascension, which is a great idea. It was a cool ending. Yes, they have a cool finisher. But, oh my god, this was so bad. It was so bad. And for you to have this as the opening match, it's even worse. I mean, oh my god. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro versus The New Day should have been the opening match. And this should have been on the kickoff show. It was that bad. We're moving on. Yes, the Ascension got put over, but apart from that, this is probably one of the worst matches the New Age Outlaws will ever have, and probably one of the worst matches of the year, and I'm not even kidding. So that's going to get a big fat thumbs down. That might be the worst pay-per-view match of the year, and I'm not even kidding. If you didn't watch it, don't fucking bother. The next match was the Usos against The Miz and Damien Mizdow. I wasn't a fan of this. Do you know why? Because we've seen it about 100 times already. We've seen the Usos against The Miz and Damien Sandow 100 times already. So, when it comes to a pay-per-view, you pay all that money. If you bought it on pay-per-view, you want to see something new. You want to see something outstanding and memorable and something you haven't seen before. But when you see a match which you've seen on Raw 100 times over, you're not too pleased, are you? That's exactly what we got here. We got a match which we've seen 100 times before. They didn't bring anything new to the table. We've seen them go at it. I'm exaggerating with 100. We've literally seen these two teams go at it about 5 times in the last month. Nothing new. It was literally something we've seen before. There was nothing. It was literally nothing. There was nothing. If you didn't watch this, you didn't miss anything. That's what frustrates me. I mean, it's a pay-per-view. Something big's going to happen. You've got to have everything. Everything that happens has to be a step up from Monday Night Raw. And it wasn't. Nothing new happened here. And there's nothing really to talk about. Like, there was nothing to talk about for the first match between the Ascension and the New Age Outlaws. There's nothing to talk about this match either. None of these matches delivered. And, for a start off, this was a third tag team match in a row. That's ridiculous. I mean, on a pay-per-view which had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches, half of them were tag... Oh, wait, no? 1, 2, 3, 4... Over half of them were tag team matches. 4 of them were tag team matches. That's ridiculous. Especially if you're a guy who doesn't like tag team wrestling, which I know some people don't. That is absolutely retarded. And considering 3 out of the 4 tag team matches didn't deliver, that's even worse. Absolutely dreadful. Oh my god, this match did not do anything for me. Nothing new. The Usos are extremely dull. They are extremely not over. I mean, the crowd is absolutely dead for them. I think the trouble is, we already saw a very lengthy tag team reign by the Usos only a few months ago. They only dropped them around summertime, and they're already the tag team champions again. They've already had it for about 6 months in the last year already. I think they had it from like March until up to summer. So they've had it about 6 months already in the last year. And we're just seeing that again. We're not seeing anything new from the Usos. They've been the same tag team for the last 2 years. And the problem is, there's not really, they can't really change that. I mean, I don't really see any other direction the Usos could go in. So that's a bit annoying because they're really dull. Well, they're not dull, but we just see it all the time. They never bring anything new to the table. They've been the same tag team for the last 2 years. There's never any new moves. There's never any new finishes. There's nothing. It's just the same thing every time. And then they always have a match against somebody about 5 times over. Ugh. Yeah, this match did nothing. I'm going to give it a big fat thumbs down. A very disappointing tag team match. Nothing here. Dull, dull, dull. I hope The Miz and Damien Mizdow break down soon, because The Miz and Damien Mizdow was funny, but now I think they're egging it a bit now. I mean, I think the Damien Mizdow thing's funny still, but it's definitely lost a lot of steam it had. It definitely had a lot of steam at TLC, but a month later down the line, well, actually like 5 or 6 weeks later down the line, it is almost dead. I think the joke's gone, okay? Some people might disagree, but I think The Miz is being given a little bit too much TV time from this gimmick by Damien Mizdow, which is extremely annoying, because I know a lot of people like myself do not like The Miz performing in the ring. Now, I'm trying to remember the finish to this match. I think it ended with a powerbomb into a splash by one of the Usos. I mean, how bad is that? I can't even remember the finish to a pay-per-view match. Wow. Maybe it's all them other matches they've had together and just merging together in my brain. Big fat thumbs down. The next match was the Bella Twins against Paige and Natalya. I have no idea why the Divas Championship was not defended on this pay-per-view. Instead, they opted for a 4th tag team match on this pay-per-view, which makes no sense. Why would you have 4 tag team matches and not have a Divas match instead? Why would you have a tag team match and not a Divas match instead? Surely it's a pay-per-view. It's the second, maybe second or third biggest pay-per-view of the year. If you consider SummerSlam the biggest, I don't know. It's definitely in the top 4. Why would you not have the Divas Championship defended and have a meaningless tag team match instead? I have no idea. How can we get behind a match which nobody has any idea why it was made? Doesn't progress anything. It's deproductive. It's not exciting. It was dull. It was another tag team match. It was the 4th in a row. I mean, 4 fucking matches in a row that are tag team matches. I mean, it's rare to see 2 tag team matches on a pay-per-view in a row, but to see 4, I mean, you're really pushing the boat out there. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. And I mean, considering 3 of them didn't deliver, retarded. What did this match do for anybody? Nothing. I mean, I don't understand why Nikki Bella and Brie Bella are now friends, sisters. Like, it was only a couple of months ago, literally a couple of months ago, Nikki Bella said she hoped Brie Bella died in the womb, and then the next week later they were friends, and now they're a tag team, and nobody hears anything about it. And it was only a couple of months ago that Brie Bella was using Daniel Bryan to get over, and now Brie Bella is a heel and Daniel Bryan's a face, and they kind of don't really mention Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan anymore as being a couple. It's really weird, and it doesn't make any sense, because how they just change things overnight and expect us to get over with it. And why was Paige and Natalya teaming up? I would have much rather preferred maybe Paige against Nikki Bella in a tag team, in a Divas match, or Natalya against Nikki Bella in a Divas match, or Brie Bella against Nikki Bella in a Divas match. I certainly didn't want to see a tag team Divas match, not for a championship. And I certainly didn't want to see the Bella Twins win in this match. Now, I was happy that Usos won in their match because that closes off the feud. That means that The Miz and Damien Mizdow are no longer in the Divas title #1 contender spot. That obviously closes their feud, and the Usos can move on to a new, fresh feud, maybe against the Ascension, which would be cool. The New Age Outlaws again, that would be cool. The New Day, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd looks quite likely. They can move on to bigger and better things. But now that the Bella Twins have now defeated the only 2 best divas on the roster, Paige and Natalya, Now, I'd say that the Usos defeating The Miz and Damien Sandow is definitely productive because they can move on to bigger and better things. But the Bella Twins defeating the two best divas in the roster is deproductive because they've just buried or made the two best divas in the roster, Natalya and Paige, look extremely weak. And now that the Bella Twins have defeated them two, who else in the Divas division is now up there to face Nikki Bella? I mean, Natalya and Paige are the two best likely people to beat the Divas champion. But now, Nikki Bella has beaten them very easily with a forearm, a punch, which I'll get onto just in a second. That pretty much buries them. That's like, you know what? I'm better than you two, and the Divas champion has pretty much squashed them. So who will now step up and face the Divas champion now that the two best Divas have just easily been knocked off at this pay-per-view? Alicia Fox? Summer Rae? Eva Marie? I mean, I'm struggling to think of names because there isn't any. Why did they book the Bella Twins to win when Paige and Natalya are the only possible #1 contenders you could have? It's like they have no idea what they're doing. I mean, Paige could have a Divas title run. Natalya could have a Divas title run, but that they just got beat by Nikki Bella. So now Nikki Bella... Now somebody else is going to face Nikki Bella, I guess. Who? There isn't anybody. So why didn't they give Natalya and Natalya and Paige the win here, so that they could set up some kind of Divas match for the Fastlane pay-per-view? It's like they have no forward thinking. And I bet you, tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw, they'll probably set up Natalya against Nikki Bella or Paige against Nikki Bella. Like that makes sense. It doesn't. They should have given Paige and Natalya the win because that makes sense. That's building other divas up apart from the champion, and that makes other divas look strong and makes the Divas division better, makes it more exciting because it makes us believe there's going to be a new Divas champion. But now the Divas champion's knocking off everybody. Who the fuck is going to step up and face her? This is why the Divas division is dead, because they have no forward thinking. They don't plan anything. They probably had no idea why they were booking this match. It was probably a last minute thought to fill up the pay-per-view. And then they didn't even give the right people the win. They gave the champion the win. I mean, my thought is, whenever a champion's not in a championship match, you usually have the non-champion win the match, because that's how you build up title matches. That's how you build up the thought that you're going to have a new champion. But no, the Divas champion wins here. Nikki Bella doesn't need to be made strong here, because there's no other diva that ever comes close to her in this division at the moment, because they just simply don't build up any other diva. Definitely now that they've just knocked off the two best divas in the division. So fucking annoying. And I was going to get onto it. Nikki Bella won with a punch. A punch. A punch. That's right, you can now win in the WWE with a punch. Cena hit 3 AAs on Brock and he still kicked out. But now, in the Divas division, you can win with a punch. This is wrestling, not freaking boxing. This was so stupid. I mean, in the UFC, somebody could get hit 20 times with a punch and they wouldn't even fall to the ground. But now, in the WWE, you can win with one single punch. And this is Natalya. She's a freaking great diva. And she just squashed out to a punch. So dumb. So dumb. Terrible match. Didn't deliver. Was awful. I think there was like one good move during this match where there was like a double suplex by the Bella Twins. I think it was. Apart from that, this was awful. There was nothing. And it is counterproductive as well. Where's the Divas division going to go on Monday Night Raw after this? Who the hell is there to face the Divas champion? I mean, surely they're not thinking of Brie Bella turning face and facing her sister at WrestleMania, considering that face turn went, that heel turn for Nikki Bella went awful last time. Surely they're not going to have them face again. There's like nothing left in the division now that they've just knocked off the 2 best contenders. Anyway, thumbs down. What the fuck were they thinking? Finally, there was actually a good match on this match. This might be the best match of the year. This was fucking amazing. I mean, this was one of the best matches I've ever seen. This might be the best championship match I've seen live. Like, honestly, this might be the best championship match I've seen live. Because this was so freaking good. I mean, this was... Yeah, I'm going to go out and say this is the best championship match I have seen live. This was so good. This was like the best storytelling I have seen in a long time. It told a brilliant story. Like, I had energy drinks. My girlfriend buys me snacks, which is amazing. Every time I watch a pay-per-view, she watches it as well, by the way. We share my network password. But she buys me snacks, and she buys me energy drinks and quavers and stuff. She's awesome, but I needed a wee because I think I'd had like 2 energy drinks by this time. And I needed a wee before this match started, and it went on for like 20 minutes, half an hour. And I was bursting for a wee before it started, but I couldn't take my eyes off it because it was so good. I couldn't even force myself to go for a wee because I didn't want to miss anything, because when this match started, something happened every 5 seconds. It was that good. You could not take your eyes away from it. I couldn't even take my eyes away for it to go for a wee for 10 seconds because when this match started, it was so freaking good. There was not a dead point during this match. I mean, I think I love triple threat matches at this point. They are so I wanted to cry. This match was so good. I mean, oh my god. If you don't know, I'm the biggest Brock Lesnar fan out there. Don't say the Brock Lesnar guy's the biggest Brock Lesnar fan out there, because I hate it when people say that. Yeah, maybe he is. I just say that as like a thing. Yeah, this match was so good. It started off with Brock hitting a million German suplexes, which made me just laugh out loud because I'm like, fuck, this guy is extreme. I mean, how lean and how fucking muscly did Brock look? He looked like in the best shape of his life. He had these like new knee pads on. He looked freaking amazing. He looked absolutely... He looked like Brock. He looked like a beast. He looked like, oh my god. I do not want to lose this guy. When his contract runs out with the WWE after WrestleMania and he doesn't re-sign, I'm going to be extremely sad, because this Philadelphia crowd was absolutely hot during this. Oh my god, they were hot through the night. They booed the New Day. They cheered Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. They booed the Usos. They booed the Ascension out of the building. And they absolutely cheered for Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. They booed John Cena. The reaction was amazing. When a crowd's into it, everybody watching at home's into it, because it makes that match even 100 times better to watch. This was so good. Oh my god. It was absolutely mental. I've loved this match from start to finish. You started with the German suplexes. You had Cena hitting like 3 AAs on Brock Lesnar at once. He kicked out. You had Seth Rollins did a jump off the top rope onto Brock Lesnar on the announce table. You had John Cena hit a double AA on J&J Security. You had John Cena put Brock Lesnar through the barricade. Sorry, I'm just trying to get out the list of the Royal Rumble entrants ready for my Royal Rumble. Oh shit, I farted. For the yeah, I've got it. The Royal Rumble pay-per-view. The Royal Rumble match. Anyway, right, we're getting onto the Brock thing. Right, I've got the things up now. Anyway, woo, let's go. Yeah, you saw a spear through the barricade, which was sick. You saw like a million AAs. I'm not even kidding. I think there was a bit too many. Brock got absolutely smashed into the steel steps. Ooh, what was there? Cena did a really cool, like, inverted kind of like sit-out suplex sort of thing. Luke Harper does it all the time. Ooh, what was there? There was a... Oh yeah, Cena. I think Brock was going for the F5, and then Rollins did that knee thing off the when he does a springboard and took both Cena and Brock out. That was fucking awesome. Yeah, this match was absolutely brilliant, and was probably the best match I'll probably see all year. This was absolutely amazing. The only thing I didn't like was the fact that they made Brock look strong for the first 10, 15 minutes, 2/3 of the match, and then they just took him out. And they took him out because basically Rollins jumped off the top rope and put him through the announce table. Yeah, you guys watched it, obviously. And yeah, they had the stretcher come out, and I was like, well, you've just made Brock look extremely strong for the last 6 months. You've made him look extremely strong in the last 10 to 15 minutes, and now you're going to make him be carried off in a stretcher. But actually, this turned out to be probably one of the best booking things they've done in a long time, because I was saying, oh yeah, they're going to make Brock look really, really weak. They're going to make him carried out on a stretcher. I was really disappointed. I was like, wow, why would they ever do this? Then you had some great wrestling in the middle of the ring between Rollins and Cena. Rollins is going ham with the briefcase. Then he hits a... Oh my god, the crowd absolutely like fucking lapped up this shit. They were freaking... Ugh, this was fucking amazing. He did like a... Like, instead of jumping off the top rope like you normally do, he jumped off with his back facing the ring. So he was doing a backwards jump, and then did like 3 flips in the midair whilst twisting, jumps on John Cena, and then Brock freaking leaps in the ring. I mean, we thought he was getting carried out on a stretcher. We thought it was game over for Brock. I thought this made Brock look extremely weak, and then they do the complete opposite. Like, you think, oh my god, Brock's weak, he's absolutely out of it, he's done. And then there's like a freaking swerve right there, because Brock jumps in the ring. We've just seen this amazing jump off the top rope by Rollins. I mean, that's probably the best thing we've ever seen Rollins do. It's probably one of the best top rope moves I've seen ever done in a long time. Maybe besides Brock Lesnar doing the one on Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 19. Apart from that, I mean, I was just trying to relate Brock to that. Yeah, that was fucking amazing. And then Brock comes in the ring. You think he's out of it. And then he just fucking pounces on Seth Rollins. It's a freaking amazing German suplex. And then Cena gets tossed out the ring or whatever. And then Rollins hits Seth Rollins with the briefcase, and then hits him with the briefcase again. You think he's down. Rollins tries and goes for the curb stomp, and then Rollins is picked up by Brock Lesnar. He goes, whoa, and hits him with a fucking F5 near the briefcase. I'm not sure if it was on the briefcase. It was fucking close. I mean, oh my god, they booking this guy like a freaking animal. I mean, like, I have such goosebumps from how they book this guy. I mean, he's the only guy on the roster that they actually book wisely. I mean, he's this absolute monster. Like, nobody touches this guy on how much of a monster. I mean, he hit these freaking amazing German suplexes. He hits this amazing F5 at the end of the match. He comes off the stretcher, right, and hits a freaking amazing German suplex on Seth Rollins out of nowhere, flings him halfway across the match, absolutely kills him, and then picks him up for an F5 out of nowhere after being hit twice, wins the match. I mean, during the match, he got hit by 3 AAs by John Cena and kicked out. He got hit by 1 AA at one point and kicked out. I think he took a curb stomp and kicked out. He got put through with a spear and kicked out. He got put through steel steps. He got put through an announce table and still ends the match looking like a beast. It was one of the most unique endings we've seen to a match ever. It was one of the best bookings we've seen for a beast like this ever. It's one of the best heels we've ever seen in years, in like 2 decades. He's one of the best heels ever. Absolute monstrous. I mean, oh my god, this guy needs to resign. I mean, wow. The crowd fucking loved it. I loved it. Everybody on Twitter loved it. It was one of the best matches I've seen. Easily one of the best endings to a match I've ever seen. We thought Brock might win. That was my prediction. I got it right. But I never thought he'd win in this fucking style. I mean, this tops what he did to John Cena at SummerSlam. I mean, he's just dominated two guys. I say dominated, but the key important thing I wanted to say about this match was, yes, he dominated, but WWE cleverly managed to make both Cena and Rollins look strong, even though they lost the match. So instead of making one beast look strong like they did, they made three guys look strong, and they didn't bury any of them in one shape or form. I mean, they managed to make the beast look amazing, but three guys ended this match, and three guys looked strong, even though two of them lost the match. Three of them ended the match looking like the strongest people on the roster right now. Yes, fuck you, Roman Reigns. Basically, John Cena hit 3 AAs. He put Brock Lesnar through the barricade, and he did not lose the match. He didn't take the pin. Rollins did. So Cena looked extremely strong because obviously he had a great showing throughout the match. Yes, Brock Lesnar looked strong against him during the early start of the match, but Cena hit like 4 AAs. He put a double AA on J&J Security. He put Brock Lesnar through the barricade and through some steel steps. Not through them, but against them. He looks strong. Alright? Rollins. Okay? He put Brock through the announce table with a freaking amazing leap. He hit the curb stomp on John Cena. He did that amazing 720, like even freaking, I'm gonna get a 1080 freaking spin. Almost beats the Beast. He just gets caught out with an F5. So you know what? I'm not gonna say it was kind of like a protected win, but he just got beat. He was almost there. So he looked strong as well. Even though he took the pin, he looked very strong. And then obviously Brock looked strong because he just beat two guys and defended his title. But then they ended the match with Rollins on camera. And they were like, Rollins looks strong here. Rollins looks strong. Even though he got beat, he still got that briefcase. You're right, he did look strong because he just did an amazing showing. And yes, he still has the briefcase. So losing this match means nothing because he still has that title match. I see Rollins cashing it in on Roman Reigns now. Very exciting times for Rollins. Very exciting times for Brock Lesnar. Because he looks like a fucking beast. They booked him like a oh my god. He's booked 100 times better than anybody on the roster. And he's not even there. What, like 10% of the times? And he's still more over than 90% of the roster. Wow. Cena looks like he's going to face Rusev at WrestleMania. That'll be good. Rollins might cash in on Roman Reigns. That'll be good. And Brock Lesnar, I want him to absolutely destroy Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Don't see it happening, though. Anyway, this match is fucking amazing. Huge fucking thumbs up. Oh my god, this was so good. I don't want to, like, finish talking about it because I could talk about that match all night long. It was so good. I want to watch that match again. I mean, the crowd fucking loved it. I fucking loved it. Everybody looked strong. It was so entertaining, great storytelling. There were so many near falls. You didn't have a clue who was going to win until they did, until Brock Lesnar pinned him. Very exciting. A title match obviously made it even better. It was a triple threat match. There's three of the most over guys in the WWE right now going at it. It was a win, 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 win situation. So good. I might even upload this little talking bit as a separate video because it was so good and it deserves all the praise I've just given it. Huge fucking thumbs up. Okay, what doesn't get a thumbs up is the Royal Rumble match. I'll go on to talking about Roman Reigns at the end of this, but I'm actually going to talk about the actual Royal Rumble match itself, and then get on to the actual ending. So, the worst ever, yes, that's right, the worst ever starting two in a Royal Rumble match would be The Miz and R-Truth. And the even worse thing was, they had R-Truth go, "What's up? What's up?" like 4 times before the match. I mean, if that's a shit way to start a Royal Rumble match, I don't know what does. I mean, The Miz, everybody hates him, nobody likes him, he's awful in the ring. And then you've got R-Truth, who's hardly on TV. When he is, he's usually jobbing to Rusev. I mean, he's one of the childish gimmicks they have. And then he starts off the Royal Rumble match by doing a "What's Up" chant. I mean, these guys are like two of the least over guys on the roster and two of the guys that people least care about starting the Royal Rumble match. I mean, oh my god. I mean, you've had Ziggler and Jericho start 2 years ago. I think you had Rollins and CM Punk start last year, was it? Yeah, it was. And then this year you go to The Miz and R-Truth. What is that? I mean, that's like the worst way to start off this Royal Rumble match. It was the worst ending to end the Royal Rumble match and the worst way to end the Royal Rumble match. So what a bad way to kick off a bad Royal Rumble match. But then the third entrant, the first surprise entrant was Bubba fucking Ray fucking Dudley. Oh my god. Oh my god, this was so good. There was rumors that they might have signed with WWE. We didn't really know. Thankfully, they kept it a secret, unlike The Rock managed to do. But this is why I love pro wrestling. This is why I love the WWE sometimes. Bubba fucking Ray Dudley is the number 3rd entrant. Wow, this was so good. Oh my god, this was absolutely amazing. I saw rumours that it might happen, but I couldn't believe it until it happened. When his music hit, I was pumped. Oh my god. One member of 3D came out. It was fucking amazing. Oh my god. He hit the 3D with R-Truth as well. That was freaking awesome. Holy fuck. That was one of the mark-out moments of the year. But sadly, he only lasted 4 minutes. I mean, what the fuck? Okay, you bring a guy back after, like, what? Is it over 10 years? And then, guess what? He gets eliminated 4 minutes after coming out? What the fuck is that? That's absolutely awful. I mean, what? I mean, it's an absolutely mark-out moment, and then they make him last 4 minutes. I mean, that's just a big disappointment. Entrance number 4 was Luke Harper. Then you had Bray Wyatt. Curtis Axel tried to come in, and then Eric Rowan attacked him because Eric Rowan lost his match on SmackDown, so couldn't get in the Royal Rumble match, so he took Curtis Axel's place. So you had a stare-off between Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt, Eric Rowan, and then what happened was Luke Harper was pointing at Eric Rowan because Luke Harper's the heel, Eric Rowan's the babyface, so you thought Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt would team up to take on Eric Rowan, and then Luke Harper's going like that to Eric Rowan, like that, sorry, and then he goes to Bray Wyatt, and then the crowd's like, oh my god, because you didn't think Luke Harper, the heel, was going to turn on the heel Bray Wyatt, but then he did, but then, that ended quite shortly. I mean, they all got eliminated after about a minute of them having this awesome stare down. So, once again, they managed to fuck up something which sounded truly epic. I mean, in the middle of the Royal Rumble match, you have a trio that were once the Wyatt family going at it. And then it got ended really quickly. I mean, it lasted like 20 seconds. And then that was it. Luke Harper and I think Eric Rowan were eliminated just after that. I mean, it lasted like 20 seconds and then that was it. I mean, come on, you could have done something epic here. You could have had like at least a minute and a half of them wrestling, doing an awesome showing. But they just half-arsed it and just fucked it up. I mean, this could have been awesome. I mean, it would be cool at WrestleMania if they had a triple threat match between these three. But at least they could have had a mini triple threat match in the middle of this match. But no, they basically eliminated... Bray Wyatt eliminated Luke Harper and Eric Rowan about 5 seconds after they had that stare down. Ugh. The next surprise entrant was the Boogeyman, and he was eliminated 47 seconds after coming in. What's the point? Okay, you have Bubba Ray Dudley coming out. He gets eliminated straight away. You have a Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt, and Eric Rowan stare down. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan get eliminated straight away. The Boogeyman comes out. He gets literally eliminated straight away. Sin Cara comes out. He's a babyface. He gets booed. He got eliminated straight away by Bray Wyatt. Zack Ryder comes out. That was one of the surprise entrants. He is now back from injury. He gets eliminated 33 seconds after. So, he comes out from months after injury and gets eliminated straight after returning. I mean, that's just so fucking dumb. I mean, come on, actually make Zack Ryder have that moment. I mean, he's probably fought for months and months to come back to this, and then he gets eliminated straight away. I mean, he was super over as well. The Philly crowd were absolutely chanting woo woo woo, and then Bray Wyatt eliminates him. Dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Zack Ryder was more over than Roman Reigns. Fucktards. Then Daniel Bryan comes out. He was fucking eliminated by Bray Wyatt. He was the 11th elimination. He was like some people's favourites to win the match, and they eliminate him. He was the 11th one to be eliminated. That's way too fucking early. Yeah, I mean, he's like, like maybe the most over babyface guy you have on your roster, and he gets eliminated the 11th. I mean, I would have expected him to be in the last 4. I mean, this is like, maybe a majority of the people might have bought the pay-per-view to watch Daniel Bryan in this Rumble match. I mean, he wasn't in the Rumble match last year, but hey, he's in this year's Rumble match, but no, he gets eliminated. He was the 11th person to get eliminated. Very early elimination. What the hell was the point of that? I mean, a lot of people wanted to see Daniel Bryan go a long way in this Rumble match and do, well, at least he was in it this year, but at least expect him to do quite well this year. But no, he got eliminated so fucking early. Wow, I have no idea what they were doing here. Why did they eliminate Daniel Bryan so early? I mean, the crowd were yes chanting, they were super into it, but then they eliminated him. I mean, did they do that because they didn't want him to overshadow Roman Reigns? Fucking probably. Ugh. Bullshit. I mean, that's probably why they did it. You know that. I mean, yeah, whatever. Fandango came out, who the hell cares? Tyson Kidd comes out. I mean, this is a really slim roster if they have to use Tyson Kidd twice to use up the 30 spots. Stardust comes out, nobody cares. DDP comes out, that was cool. And he hit the diamond cutter, that was cool. And then he hit the diamond cutter. Then JBL was like, they don't teach that in yoga class. I think that was the best quote of the night. That was funny. At least it wasn't JBL saying, I remember when Kofi Kingston used my chair as a pogo stick to get back in the ring. I mean, he said that about 10 times in the last week. He says it like every month. It's so annoying. Like every time Kofi's in a match. Anyway, Rusev came in. He was actually the last one to get eliminated. I'll get onto that because that was really dumb. Goldust. Yeah, they had a bit of tussle between him and Stardust. I don't know. Do you think Goldust and Stardust are going to have a match at WrestleMania? I guess that'd be cool. Now that they have like quite a lot of tag teams in the division now, maybe they could afford to have Goldust and Stardust have a separate match together and break that tag team up. Kofi Kingston came out at number 17. Then Adam Rose came out at 18. Kofi Kingston, I mean, we were expecting some kind of like, you know, cool way for Kofi Kingston to save his elimination. This year wasn't so great. Last year he caught the barricade and jumped over. The year before he used obviously the chair to pogo stick. The year before he put his legs on the steel steps to get in. He did like handstands and shit like that. This year he jumped on the rosebuds and they carried him into the ring again. That made no sense. Why would the Rosebuds carry him into the ring when they have no connection with Kofi Kingston? And then what I think is even more stupid is, as soon as he always does these acrobatic and cool ways to save himself in the match, he gets eliminated straight away. I mean, maybe have him have like a hot 1 or 2 minutes after he does it. Like, say he does the cool save. Maybe let him have another 2 minutes where he has a good showing and then get eliminated. But no, he got back in the ring and then gets eliminated straight away. I mean, it feels like what a waste of time. Why do we even bother doing that? Why do we have to bother watching that if you're not even going to do anything cool with it? Anyway, Roman Reigns then came out at number 19. Coming down the aisle, Roman Reigns. Yeah, he got booed out of the building. which wasn't really a surprise. It was a big, hot Philly crowd. They've just sat through an amazing world title match, which was amazing, and then they're seeing the obvious, predictable winner of the Rumble, Roman Reigns. 1, they were booing him because he was predictable he was going to win. 2, because he's not ready. 3, because he's getting shoved down our throats. I mean, it was so predictable. He's been shoved down our throats for the last few months. The greatest superstar we've ever seen is what Michael Cole says. Yeah, right. It was so predictable. He is not a main eventer, especially not a main eventer for WrestleMania 31. I wouldn't even have this guy main eventing my, WWE Payback or something like that. Never mind WrestleMania 31 at the Levi's Stadium. No. Especially against Brock Lesnar, who's been booked like an absolute animal. And I've just realised the only reason they're doing that is so Roman Reigns wins. Oh my god, I've just realised that. No. That's really annoying. I don't know why I didn't realise that sooner, but basically, they're only booking Roman Reigns because Brock Lesnar is being booked like a beast. Sorry, I meant Brock Lesnar's been booked like a beast, probably like the best booked superstar we've seen in freaking 20 years, because they're feeding him to Roman Reigns. Oh, that is annoying. Anyway, Big E came out, he got absolutely booed. Yeah, this New Day gimmick is awful. What was cool was Damien Mizdow came out, and then The Miz was like, this is my entrance, I'm taking this again, because he got eliminated earlier. Then Damien Mizdow got in the ring instead, because The Miz got punched in the face by somebody. But then, Damien Mizdow got eliminated straight away. Swagger came in, yeah, whatever. Ryback came in to, a really stale reaction. I thought this guy was over. I mean, he only just did that really cool promo. Kane came in, Ambrose came in to a cool reaction. Yeah, he got a big pop there. Titus O'Neil got eliminated straight away. I think they were trying to make Titus O'Neil look like he got eliminated the fastest out of anybody ever. Because you remember, Santino got eliminated in 1 second. Basically, Titus O'Neil got in, and then Ambrose and Reigns eliminated Titus O'Neil as soon as he steps in the ring. But basically, they fucked it up because they clotheslined him against the ropes instead of clotheslined him over the ropes. That was a bit of a fuck up. Maybe they would go for the fastest elimination ever. It looked like it. But they fucked it up. But why would they make Titus O'Neil look weak? I mean, he's a great talent. And I remember Batista said in an interview that Titus O'Neil is one of the best guys they have on the roster. He's a good friend of mine, but he's one of the best guys they have on the roster. But, I mean, he really is good. I mean, maybe he doesn't have the character to go to the main event of WrestleMania 31. But, yeah, eliminating him after 1 second, after not being on TV for a while, is a bit of a, fuck you. I mean, that's really fucking harsh. I mean, yeah. Why? I mean, you wonder why you have hardly any built-up talents on your roster when you're eliminating Titus O'Neil after 4 seconds in the match. Cesaro came out. Sorry, Bad News Barrett was 27, Cesaro 28, Big Show 29, and Ziggler at number 30. Ziggler got eliminated. The crowd booed because they thought he was winning. Cesaro got eliminated just before that, and then we knew Reigns was winning, and they just absolutely booed the building. I mean, as soon as Reigns came out, they booed anything he did, which I thought was amazing, because I was like, it's obvious they're not going to have Reigns win now, because they wouldn't be that stupid. Surely not. They wouldn't. Obviously, they're not that stupid. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. That makes me cry. Anyway, yeah. Bad News Barrett got eliminated. Ambrose got eliminated. At this point, you're soon realizing that there's only really one babyface that's winning here. Roman Reigns. The crowd booed even more. Great. Yeah, they're booing the top babyface that they want to headline WrestleMania 31. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. The crowd booed the guy that they want to main event WrestleMania 31. How does that work? I have no idea. Vince feels like pushing or shoving this guy down our throats is going to work and make him get over. And they think that making Roman Reigns win whilst getting booed out of the building is going to make him get over. No. That's not going to work. I mean, you'd think they would have learnt from Batista last year, because pretty much the same thing happened. Like, literally the same thing happened. But for some reason, they decided to do it again. Now, Batista didn't end well, because they ended up having to change that and adding Daniel Bryan. Now, the reason why Batista got such a bad reaction last week was because, one, it was predictable, two, it was getting shoved down our throats, and three, what was the other reason I said for Reigns? He wasn't ready. Now, Batista maybe wasn't ready because he just came in from returning. So basically, Roman Reigns had the same three reasons he was getting booed for why Batista was getting booed. And Batista was getting booed as well because Daniel Bryan should have been in that spot. But Roman Reigns was getting booed even more here, and there wasn't a Daniel Bryan. Like, Roman Reigns wasn't stealing Daniel Bryan's spot here, and he was getting even more booed than Batista. I mean, that really says something, doesn't it? You should have seen my face when Ambrose got eliminated, and the final three was Kane, Big Show, and Roman Reigns. Now, the stupidest thing ever was they didn't really pick up on the fact Rusev hadn't been eliminated, and still I still don't understand why they didn't make him be eliminated in the first place. Because Reigns eliminated Big Show and Kane. A few people in the crowd, including me and a few people on Twitter, were like, well, I think most people were. They were like, Roman Reigns wins. And then the commentary team were like, remember, Rusev has not been eliminated. Why did they do that? I mean, when you end a Royal Rumble match, you want it to be epic. You want it to be like a clean win. But then Rusev hops in the match. I mean, I don't know why they did that. It was stupid, like, basically, right? Big Show and Kane got eliminated, and I thought that was the win. I thought Roman Reigns had won. But then Big Show and Kane come in the ring and beat down Roman Reigns. Then, can you smell? Yeah, The Rock came out. That was cool. Like, what I think was the highlight of the pay-per-view was that they were cheering Reigns and then... Sorry, not cheering Reigns. God, no. Cheering Rock, and then when Roman Reigns followed up, they booed him. Then Rock did something, they cheered him. Roman Reigns did something, they booed him. The only reason they brought Rock back was to put over Roman Reigns. The annoying thing was they actually spoiled that. They actually spoiled the return of The Rock because Rock was stupid enough to tweet out the fact that he was in Philly. I mean, it might have been predictable that they could have guessed he was coming back, but like WWE ended up spoiling it on their Twitter due to the fact The Rock tweeted it out himself that he was in Philly. I mean, they managed to keep Bubba Ray signing a secret, but they couldn't keep The Rock returning a secret. I mean, they managed to do it when The Rock returned a few months ago to have that promo with Rusev, and this is the Royal Rumble, so please make it even more of a secret that he's returning back. He's still got a good pop, even though we knew he was coming back. I wish it was a secret because I love surprises like that, like when Bubba came out, but no, they were spoilt, but you kind of have to deal with it in this modern internet age. You wouldn't have got that 10 years ago, but I mean, the internet comes with its pros and disadvantages, but yeah, they brought Rock back to put over Roman Reigns, which pisses me off even more because I wanted The Rock to do something cool. I wanted him to be a surprise entrant, but no, they brought him back to shove Roman Reigns down our throats even more. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, we haven't seen The Rock for 6 months, and then the reason they bring him back is to put over Roman Reigns. Great. Yeah. Anyway, The Rock comes back. He helps take out the Big Show and Kane, who nobody cares about anyway. They're like the most irrelevant superstars on the roster, so it wasn't that of an amazing moment. And, yeah, they could have had maybe like Rollins or somebody that people actually care about in this match. Sorry, like maybe Bray Wyatt, Rollins, any over heel. I know there's not many. Yeah, The Rock did that. Then he like went out the ring, whatever. And then Rusev comes back in the ring. Remember, guys, Rusev has not been eliminated. Rusev, what that, baby? Yeah, apparently Rusev wasn't eliminated. Why did they do this? I have no idea, because Roman Reigns eliminated Rusev, and that was it. What did this do? I mean, maybe they could have said, The Rock helped Roman Reigns win the Rumble by stopping the onslaught by Big Show and Kane. Or they could have been like, maybe they did this to, I don't know, but it made for a stale ending, because we thought that Roman Reigns won when he eliminated Big Show and Kane, but then they're like, Rusev's still in the match, and then they made Roman Reigns eliminate Rusev, and then we're like, what the fuck, why do that? And then it's just like a really dead ending. Like, I have no idea why they made Rusev stay in the match and make him be the last one eliminated. I mean, maybe they want to make Rusev look strong, maybe that's why they did it, but why didn't they have Rusev replace Big Show, and maybe Bray Wyatt replace Kane, because they're two people actually care about, and then do it like that? But for some reason they made Rusev not be eliminated, or I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention. They didn't really like advertise it very well. And then Rusev just comes in, and then Reigns eliminates him, and that's that. Like, it was just so weird. Like, why did they do that? It was just, it had no reaction. It didn't make any sense. Like, have you ever seen something dumb like that before? Apart from when Santino entered himself again. That was stupid as well. Anyway, Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble. Yes, he got absolutely booed out of the building. The reaction was awful. Everybody's going to want Brock to win at WrestleMania. They're not going to get that wish, by the way, obviously. Yes, they're going to want Brock to win. It's going to be the main event that gets absolutely shat on. And they wasted the streak being broken. They wasted John Cena getting squashed at SummerSlam. They wasted Brock Lesnar looking like a beast at the Royal Rumble just to put over Roman Reigns. They're wasting the streak so we can put over Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns is already not over. He's getting booed out of the building for being a babyface. And they can't turn him heel, because heel versus heel would just be stupid. And they can't, surely they can't turn Brock face. That would just not make sense. I mean, they've made him look like an absolute monster. So what do they do now? They've put themselves in a really awkward position. What the fuck do they do? They've just, oh, they're so stupid. You'd think they'd have learnt from Batista winning last year. That got a terrible reception. And now this year they do the exact same thing. And then they're in the same predicament. Like, are they going to do a triple threat match somehow? Are they going to add Rollins in there? What are they going to do? I have no idea, because this is a terrible idea. They've shoved Roman Reigns down our throats way too much. And now they've made him win the Rumble. And now he's going to be in the main event of WrestleMania 31. He hasn't proven himself. Yes, they're pushing so much, which annoys me. But the fact that they're pushing him so much annoys me the most is because he hasn't proven himself. He doesn't deserve this push because he hasn't actually proven he can have a good singles match. He hasn't actually had a good singles match in the WWE yet. Like, he had an okay one against Randy Orton. But they're always really predictable. They're stale. They're boring. The only time he's had a good match is one when he's with the Shield, when other people like Rollins and Ambrose can make him look good, or when he was in that fatal four-way match when Kane, Orton and Cena at Battleground, when other people are there to make him look strong. When he's in a singles match, he's proven that he's not worthy of a main event, never mind a WrestleMania 31 main event at the Levi Stadium for the big top title against your big top talent Brock Lesnar, the most paid superstar they have. This is going to fail so much. I'm already not excited for WrestleMania 31. I'm going to skip every single segment Roman Reigns is in leading up to WrestleMania 31. Every match he has from now on is going to be a win for Roman Reigns. It's going to be so predictable. We're already bored of Roman Reigns, and this guy's dubbed as the next John Cena. Yeah, it is going that way. He's Super Reigns. Woo. Woo fucking woo. Fuck the right off. It's so bullshit. I remember ending my review of Royal Rumble last year saying, do you know what I said? I said, fuck you, Batista. I'm actually going to end this one by saying fuck you, Roman Reigns, in a little bit, because I'm absolutely pissed off. Because we predicted this ending. As soon as Brock Lesnar ended the streak, a lot of people were saying Roman Reigns is going to win and beat Brock Lesnar the year after. And that's exactly what they did. Predictability's absolutely gone out of wrestling nowadays, guys. Yes, I love wrestling. But there's just stupid things like this where they don't listen to the audience and do dumb things like this. Vince is so narrow-minded and does what he wants and what he thinks is going to work. And as soon as he has an idea, he goes for it. He has no flexibility. Like, he could have maybe changed the winner of this match as soon as he heard the reaction. Or maybe just didn't have Reigns in his head. Because he must have known that he would have got this reaction anywhere that they did the Rumble. Especially in Philadelphia. He must have known this was going to happen. Like, he's not stupid. He's got, like, one of the biggest companies in the world. He's not stupid. But he's stupid enough to have Roman Reigns win this match and think that he's going to get over in time for WrestleMania 31. They brought The Rock back, and The Rock can't even get Roman Reigns over. I mean, you know you're bad when The Rock can't get you over. He's the biggest superstar ever, and he can't get Roman Reigns over. Oh my god. I didn't think I'd actually be doing this review saying Roman Reigns had won because I didn't think they would be that stupid. Yes, I did predict Roman Reigns would win because I thought that was going to happen, but I didn't think I'd actually be sat here doing it. I couldn't think of anybody else that would win, that's why I predicted it. I didn't think I'd be sat here doing a review saying Roman Reigns won because I thought they'd learn from their mistake. And I feel sorry for people that have bought tickets. They're going to fly from all over around the world. From Abu Dhabi, from China, freaking Russia, miles away. To see Roman Reigns main event that show. The guy that nobody wants to see in that main event. Face one of the biggest stars they've had in the last 20 years, Brock Lesnar. It doesn't make any sense. Brock versus Rock sounds fucking awesome. Cesaro versus Brock sounds fucking awesome. Ziggler Brock even sounds awesome. Brock versus Stone Cold. Brock versus Undertaker rematch. What they could have done was not Bray Wyatt. Undertaker in the Rumble. WrestleMania has a rematch against Brock to get his retribution against Brock Lesnar. Wins the title. Goes in the Hall of Fame the night before. The Raw after retires the two belts. The Raw after WrestleMania, they bring the world title back and the WWE Championship back as two title belts. Do it like that. That's what they could have done. They could have done something epic like that. They could have had The Rock win the Rumble and face Brock. They could have had Cesaro, Ziggler, Rollins, Ambrose. Yeah. Let's have a look. Ryback? Maybe not. Maybe not Ryback. I prefer it to Reigns, though. Bray Wyatt? That would have been epic. Bubba Ray Dudley. Yeah, I've just said 5 other options which sound a lot fucking better than that. And I bet I could think of 10 if I had, like, enough time. But Roman Reigns... Oh, my God. I want to cry. Oh. Fuck. This is so bad, guys. I don't want Brock to leave the WWE, and I don't want him to lose to Reigns and then leave the WWE. I don't want his last match to be a loss against Roman Reigns, and that's exactly what's going. I mean, it's so bad that we can predict the WrestleMania outcome months in advance nowadays. Like, we knew Daniel Bryan was going to win it like a year before it happened. We know it's going to happen. We knew Roman Reigns was going to win a year before it happened. We knew Cena was going to win a few months before it happened. I mean, what the fuck? We know everything nowadays. We knew The Rock was going to win months in advance at WrestleMania 28. Predictability is the #1 thing in wrestling nowadays. I mean, what the fuck? This is so bad. We know the outcome already. We're all going to buy it of the off chance of Brock winning. But we all know he's not. Come on. I want to cry. This is so dull. This is ruined WrestleMania. Who wants to see Reigns walking around with the title? I mean, this guy has no promo skills. He has 4 moves. He has less moves than John Cena. He has, like, greasy fucking hair. He's getting shoved down our throats. He's nothing new. He's just got muscle. He's The Rock's cousin. I mean, yay! Fuck off. Anyway, the Royal Rumble. Cesaro and Tyson Kidd defeating the Kofi Kingston and Big E. That was freaking awesome. The Ascension versus the New Age Outlaws was awful. The Usos defeating the Miz and Damien Mizdow. It was a good match, and maybe I made it sound like it was bad, but it was just nothing new. The Bella Twins defeated Paige and Natalya. That was just awful booking and made no sense. Brock, Cena, Rollins, best match of the year probably. The Royal Rumble match was boring as well. I mean, so many guys were eliminated early on. Why was Daniel Bryan eliminated so early on? You would think he was one of the last guys eliminated. He was one of the only guys they were cheering for, and he got eliminated straight away. The Royal Rumble match wasn't that entertaining either. There was like, where was Randy Orton? Where was The Rock? You mean, yeah, he came out, but you would have thought he would have been one of the entrants. Where was Sheamus? Where was Darren Young? Because he was rumored to return as well. Yeah. 4 guys didn't enter that you would have thought of. I mean, you had guys that would, like, The Miz had already been on the pay-per-view. Kofi Kingston, Big E, they'd already been on the pay-per-view. Damien Mizdow, they'd already been on the pay-per-view. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so, meh. I think Reigns has ruined this Rumble, to be honest. I mean, there was a good pre-show match, but if I'm talking about the actual pay-per-view, there was one fucking awesome match. I mean, call a sheriff. Rollins, Cena, Brock stole the show. They honestly did. They fucking did. Like, I don't want to sit here and say it was a good pay-per-view because that match was good. Because it was a bad pay-per-view. But that match just made it look so much better than it was. Brock and Cena Rollins was 10 out of 10. The rest of the pay-per-view was 5 out of 10. 4 tag team matches. 3 of them were nothing. They didn't deliver. They were extremely weak, way too short. The Rumble match was run by Roman Reigns. That's like a 1 out of 10. So yeah, I think a 5 out of 10's a 5. A 5 out of 10 is a fair assumption. I mean, if it wasn't for Rollins and Cena, this could have been a 4 out of 10 or a 3 out of 10. It was that bad. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you do all the 4 things I said at the start of the video. Like, subscribe, comment, follow me on Twitter, and then also you can follow me on Facebook as well. You might as well. Thanks for watching, guys. This pay-per-view was a big disappointment. Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania 31. Fuck off. Take care. Spike your hair.